What's going on, guys? Bashar here. Welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about something very cool, something new that I recently started doing in my business that has actually increased revenue, increased feedback, increased a bunch of things, to be honest with you. And I'll explain to you guys exactly what I am talking about. So, the topic of today's video is insert cards. Now, what exactly are insert cards and what is the benefit of insert cards? Number one, it's a personal touch. You're showing your customer that you actually care about your customers, and you can literally include anything you want, right? They can vary in size. They can, you can include anything you want. I know some people that actually sit there and handwrite every single card by themselves, or even at least like sign them themselves, right? I personally suggest that you guys, just get them printed out and get them shipped to your supplier, and I'll explain to you exactly how that works. So some of the benefits: number one, personal touch; number two, more reviews, and I'll explain what I mean; and number three, avoid bad reviews, and I'll explain what I mean. Now, what are some of the important information that you guys should be including in your cards or in your insert cards, right? A QR code, and I'll explain what I mean in a little bit. Simple, or it's not simply, but it's a simple link. Let's go ahead and correct that. It kind of sounds retarded. So a simple link to a listing. Use bit.ly.com, and I'll show you guys the website. Simple message thanking your customer for purchasing. Simple message inviting your customer to share their experience. And notice I did not say leave a review, but I just said share experience. And I'll show you guys an example of a business card that I have made myself, or a thank you card. And also link to a landing page to opt in for future discounts and maybe offer an incentive for doing so. This is optional. Now, that is a little bit more advanced. If you guys are beginners, don't worry about that. That is more for those that are already at 5 and 6 figures, that have multiple products, because you do need to create landing pages. I don't train you guys on how to do landing pages at all in this course. But if you know how to do that, or if you want to get into that, then we can talk about that, right? So now let's go into where and how to obtain them. So the same websites that we use for product design, product research, I mean, literally, the same websites that we use all the time. It's simply a freelancer. If you have a designer, like a local designer or a freelancer that does all of your designs, or someone who knows how to do, or if you want to do it, it's really not that, it's not that hard. You just need to understand and know exactly what are the dimensions, and that's it. And you can design it yourself, right? Now, before I go into exactly how does it work, so here's what we do. Number one is that we need to design these, we need to design these insert cards, and then we need to have one of our freelancer do it. And then what you do is you need to contact your supplier and tell them that this is what you want to do, and simply you upload the design from your designer and send it to your supplier, and your supplier should be able to print these insert cards and insert them inside of each one of your products. So that's exactly what we're doing, is we're putting one insert card in each product, because we're going to show our customer that we care about them, and also give them an incentive to leave us a review. Now, here is how one of my insert cards used to look like. That was back in the day when I first got started. Probably over a year and a half. No, not when I first got started. That's a lie. About a year and a half ago, this used to be a company that I used to have, or a brand that I used to have. So simply, this is the main, right? This is the front face of the actual card. And the reason why I call them insert cards, because they're literally the same size of a business card, which is, I think, 3.5 inches by 1.5 or 2 inches or something like that. Now, once again, they can vary in size, so you can literally make them big. I know there's people that have their insert cards as big as like half a sheet, right? So they'll take like a notepad, let's say, you split that in half, and that's how big each, kind of like if you got invited to a wedding, or actually like a thank you card, just like if you go to CVS or any pharmacy and grab one of those like birthday cards or what get well cards, kind of like that size, right? I like to do them this size, and it all really depends on your product. If your product is small, maybe you can't fit it, but you can always fold it, right? So honestly, it's really up to you, right? When I first did them, I thought of a business card. It was cost effective. I got them done on Fiverr for like $10 or $15, and I sent them to my supplier, and I think my supplier charged me, I want to say, $1 or less. They should not charge you more than $1. I know it was $1 or less. And make sure that they insert them inside of your product. So this is the front of the card, right? The back of the card, it says, "Dear valued customer." And once again, guys, I literally researched thank you cards on Google and I got ideas from there. So, I mean, you can design it however you want. You can change the colors, but stay with these colors. Black, yellow, red. These three colors are the main colors that grab attention, right? So for me, I thought, hey, I like gold, right? And then I like black. And then I also said, you know what? It's got the little orange or whatever, so I threw that in there. It's very simple, very easy. Now the QR code, if you scan it, the reason for the QR code is because if you scan the QR code, it should take you directly to your listing on Amazon. And this is just making things simple for these customers. And that's what it is you need to make it as simple as possible for these customers, right? In order for them to even do it, right? So you're going to say, well, how do I even design the QR code? Well, if you don't know how to do it, your designer should know how to do it. Simply send them a link and they do it. I don't know how it works and what they do. I'm pretty sure there's an app. If you research it, I'm pretty sure you can find it. I don't know, right? Now, here's the thing. This card is not the best card because of a couple things. So do understand this. This is just an example. Don't follow it word for word, and here's why. So it says, if you are satisfied with our product and services, please consider leaving positive feedback and rating the details of the transaction. Now, I wouldn't exactly tell them to leave positive feedback. I would just simply say, if you had a great service, if you loved the product, please simply share your experience. Now, I'll tell you why. We don't know until today if it's against the OS to have these insert cards, right? And in case if Amazon does catch up to it and they start ripping apart your products and seeing these things, you can't tell a customer to leave you a positive feedback. You cannot tell a customer, leave me a review. Whether if you're exchanging something or if you're just asking them, you cannot ask a customer to leave you a positive review. So what I would do is I would simply change consider leaving positive feedback to consider sharing your experience. That's it. And rating the details of transaction. Now, as you can see, I put 5 stars. This is kind of like manipulating their mindset that, hey, you need to leave me a 5-star without me, like if I took the consider leaving positive feedback to just simply saying consider sharing your experience or giving us your feedback, right? And put that 5 stars, like I'm not telling them to do it, I just put it in front of them, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, do you see where it says at the bottom, if there is an issue with your order, please contact us first so we can resolve it before leaving feedback. So if you're a customer and you're like, okay, so I did have a problem, how do I contact the seller, right? Okay, so I need to go back to my listing and to my account, log in, go blah, blah. Okay, you need to make it easier. Once again, you need to make it as easy as possible for the customer. So if you're a customer, you got something that's broken, you're already pissed, you want to make it easy, so simply just add your email. As you can see here, over here, where is it? Simply listing and then message, and actually, you know what? I did forget to write this. Include an email, right? So it's as simple as that, as you need to also include an email. So that way, your customer has a way to literally just bam, just take that email, type it real quick or whatever, and then send you an email, right? Telling you, hey, there's a problem, bam, right? Now, if they decide to go inside of the account and actually decide to do it that way through the app, that's cool, right? That's awesome. It's going to come to your Sellers Central, and then you can take care of it that way, or you can do it that way. Now, the reason why I am saying include an email, because you want to capture those customers' email addresses so you can later promote to them other products that you're going to launch within that niche. So when it comes to a card, literally this is it. What I'm gonna do is below this video, I'm gonna attach these pictures so you can see them, right? So it's not just in the video, you can see them. You can hover over it, copy paste it, whatever you want to do, or just to have it. And then also below I'm gonna have a link to Bitly, which is the website that actually shortens links for you. So let's say I went to basharjketu.com, and then I went to contact, and then I went to free case study, right? And then, so I went into all those. So what's going to happen, and actually, you know what, let me make it just a little bit simpler, right? So let's say we are on Amazon.com, right? And then from there, let's say we went to this. So let's assume that this is our product. Well, last thing you want is copy all this link, right? And put it here. That's the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do, right? So even like, do you see how I have double, like all this? Like this is another bad thing, right? That you shouldn't have. So don't have, like, this is very long. You can't just copy it. I mean, this is a paper. They can't copy it. And can you imagine if someone really, like, if you were a customer, will you really type all this? I know I wouldn't. So what you do is you just go to bit.ly and you press create and then bam. And then it'll simply create a short, what do you call it? A short link for you. So you can either copy this. So if you do this, it'll take you to this listing, right? Or what you also can do is that you can customize this. So you can say thank you. Bam. Right, done. So now what you do is you copy. And in DC now it's, uh-oh, what did I do? Save. Oh, okay, so thank you is taken. So maybe thank you, like that. Let's see if that works. Oh, it's taken. Okay, thank you. Let's say, okay, so the name, what was the name of the company? RNB. Okay, so maybe, okay, what about thank you like this? Nope. Okay, thank you 1. Thank you 5 for the 5 stars. Oh, okay. RB. What about that? Okay, so I guess you just have to look for a combination. It's not doing it for me. Jesus. Okay, custom is taken. So you just have to look for a combination that will actually work, right? I mean, I could do this for, you know, okay, let's do this chart. I'm pretty sure that's not taken. Really? What the hell? Okay, there we go. So you do that, and then you come here. And then, bam, it'll take you to this listing, right? So you get it, right? So that's how you would do that, right? And then what you do is you simply take that link and you place it right here at the bottom, and bam, now your customer has a link directly to your listing. They can either, you know, you've given them a few things. They can either scan the QR code, they can either copy paste, or not copy paste, but actually type the link, or they can just simply send you an email. Awesome. So now that we got that out of the way, so the second link, or the second thing under, so under the video, I'm going to have pictures of these, right? And then below that, it's going to be a link to bit.ly, and then I'm going to put a link to Fiverr. Now you're going to say, well, how do I design these business cards or these insert cards, right? Once again, if you know how to design them, you can do it just do it yourself, or you can use the websites that I have provided for you guys, FreeUp, Fiverr, Upwork. I like Fiverr, so I'll use Fiverr. Literally, you can just, you know, search for business cards design, thank you cards design. I mean, really, any designer of any sort will be able to make those for you, right? Do you see this? This is actually perfect because this is exactly what this guy does. As you can see here, Amazon product insert. So this is exactly what this guy does, right? As you can see, it's $20, 5-day delivery to revisions. That's way too long. There's a bunch that are going to be like, you know, thank you. Do you see how this is? There you go, bam. So, you know, so like you might even get ideas from here on how to do it. And I think this is probably what I found online, and I just kind of edited my own information, right? This guy charges $5, literally $5 for this. So once again, guys, it's very simple. It's very easy. Honestly, all you have to do is simply, you know, the front should not say anything more than thank you, maybe the name of your company, thank you for your purchase. The back, more of a message. Do not mention the fact that you are, like, don't ask them to leave you a positive review. Just tell them to share their feedback. Include a QR code and include your email address and also a customized link at the bottom. That way, if they want to just type it, they can just bam, type it, go to your listing, and leave you a review. Now, so what this does, right? Number one, it's a personal touch. They just feel that much more special. Number two, this will bring you more reviews. Number three, it will avoid bad reviews, because if there was a problem with their product and they saw that, then they are more likely to contact you right away. Because guess what they're going to do? The first thing, they open their bag or box and see that the product is broken. They're going to see that card next to it. So bam, they'll contact you. You can avoid problems. Now, you can put your phone number as well if you want. Once again, don't take me on this. I don't know if any of this is really against the OS. We still, like, there isn't anything about Amazon. You can call Amazon if you want and ask them if any of this is against the OS. We've been doing it for years. There's a bunch of sellers doing it, you know. There isn't anything in TOS that says it's against TOS, but you can call Amazon and ask them. And you can also include your number. Let's say what I do, like for my business, I have a Google number. A lot of you guys that I've talked to, you've called me or I've called you from an 858 number. Well, that is a Google number that I have tied up to my cell phone. So you can literally do that and create and make that for your Amazon business number, or just simply buy another phone if you are that cool and that rich or whatever, right? So, and you can have a phone number where they can just, bam, give you a call, you know, which would be pretty awesome. And talk to a real person, which it would be even that much more cooler for the customer. So anyhow, guys, this is it when it comes to product insert. Do it. Like, literally do it. It will not cost you a lot. It'll cost you $5 to $20 to create this card one time, right? We're going to design it one time. And all you need to do is for your future products, the front is going to be the same. All you need to do is that just change the back, and that's it, right? And then after that, you just ship it to your supplier, or not ship it, but you're going to send the design to your supplier, and your supplier will print these cards and put them inside of your products and include them with every single one of your units, right? So guys, once again, I hope that this helps. Let's go out there. Let's crush it. Let's launch even more products than ever. Don't forget, once you join this program, I need you to be launching products within 6 weeks, the first 6 weeks of joining this program. So guys, Bashar Ketu here. I love you all. I will see you in the next video right now.